Hello and welcome to episode 934 of the Player One podcast for Tuesday, October 22nd, 2024. I'm your host, Chris Johnston. With me, as always, from Canada, Mr. Greg Seward.
Hello.
How's it going there, sir?
Yeah, it's pretty good. How's it going with you?
Just dandy.
Just peachy? Ducky?
Just peachy. Just ducky. Just a whole lot of ducks. Yeah.
All right.
Uh-huh. How are you?
You already asked me.
What you been up to?
I'm doing a whole lot of blue sky posting today.
Oh, blue sky posted.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah.
Nice.
Greg falling for the engagement bait.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's no algorithm there, so you gotta.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yes, that's how they get you. And joining me from the great state of Washington, Mr. Phil Theobald.
Hello.
How's it going there?
Well,
I am well.
it's going well.
Okay.
What more do you want from me, man?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm doing fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. That's good.
Having a good time.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Yeah, it is good to hear.
We're here for
Yeah.
a good time.
Not
As
for a long
always.
time. Although I guess in this case, I believe this episode is our 18th anniversary show.
Wait, is it?
This one right here.
Well, I'm glad we knew about that ahead of time.
Either this one or the next one. It's one of
so
those.
it may not. So we may
not be.
It may be next week.
This may be the eve of our 18th.
We're gonna leave that up to
anniversary
you,
show.
the viewer, to determine
That's right.
which episode would you like to be our 18th anniversary show. If it's this one, call 900.
966 or 976
Ep
P1.
934.
P1PP.
Yeah.
The extra P is for
The savings.
savings. That's right.
Ugh.
Uh-huh. Well, hey, you know that
Well,
My
happy
Adventures with
anniversary.
Superman show
What's that?
is that My Adventures with Superman show
Oh.
is real good.
Yes, it
my
is.
daughter and I have been watching
Yeah,
that.
I forgot about that.
Real good. We're
Finish it up?
into the second season now, or maybe
take that
like
as a
2
no.
episodes from the end. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's good, right?
It's very good.
Did you get
Yeah.
to the big twist yet?
Yes.
How the
I think
news reporter
so.
is secretly Superman? Strange
gotten to
visitor from another
Thanks.
world?
Got
I
into a
haven't seen
bunch
it
of
yet.
different twists.
But that's
Yeah.
the big one.
Oh, okay. Well,
Who would have suspected a humble Kansas boy to be some sort of lunar?
yeah. Traveler.
Yeah.
Traverser.
Lunar traveler.
But
I don't know why
we're
that's the thing that made me laugh in that whole situation, but
still watching Ranma and Half, the new
Yeah.
show. Love it.
It's really
So
good.
good.
I haven't
really good.
haven't watched the second episode yet. I gotta
Oh,
do
they're
it.
on 3 now.
They're on
Oh,
the
wow.
third episode.
Who can keep up with that?
I mean, yeah,
It's-
one episode a week. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's only like 21 minutes long. Can't take 21 minutes out
look
of your
at
day.
me. I've got 21 minutes in a week that I have nothing to do.
Barely
Hello,
anymore.
Mr. Fancy Pants.
Barely anymore. Yeah.
You know what I'm watching
What are you watching?
on
A couple of idiots on Twitch.
I mean, that's every week. And I'll have you know
Yeah.
it's a trio.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a trio of idiots.
Najee.
I'm watching that the penguin.
Oh, on
how is
Max.
You know what? Is really good.
That's
It turns out it's really good.
yeah. I
Yeah.
was so surprised that they were doing that.
Yeah.
But
I
That's
because I enjoyed the Batman movie.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
It's a
I
good
never saw
movie.
it.
Yeah, maybe a little too long.
Hmm.
Could have chopped off about 20 minutes, and I would have been fine with it. But I wasn't sure what to think about a penguin show going into it. But it's really quite good.
That's good.
So I recommend.
Comment here from Mr. Jeff Grubb. Player One Podcast, you guys must be big fans of Ernest Cline's poetry.
Absolutely.
We are. Who told?
This week we're diving into chapters 12 and 13 for all you Gunters listening in at home.
This is the one where Harry from Harry and the Hendersons shows up.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's riding in the Ecto 1. And he's dressed up like the Green Power Ranger.
You know, how come Fortnite doesn't have Harry from Harry and the Hendersons yet? I think that's going to be one of the last licenses.
Let me tell you this. Fortnite has nothing on the Oasis. The brainchild of Halliday.
Uh-huh.
Leader of the Gunters.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a bad book.
Is it? Oh,
it's not a good book.
I've not read it. I've
not
worse
movie.
Not tried it. Not tried to read it. Not watched the movie. None of that.
We've gone into this.
Read it
many years ago. So many people are like, "Oh, Phil, you have to read this. This book was written just for you." So I gave it a try. Got about 2-3 chapters in and was like, "Wow, this is terrible."
There you go.
But I had to power my way through it.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about a couple weeks ago games that we hated that we finished. And this is a similar situation.
We didn't have any games that we hated that we still finished, though, right?
I did. I
you
finished
did.
a terrible
You had one.
Legion Suit Larry game.
Yeah, okay. You had one. I haven't had any that I can think of. Yeah.
But I hate Ready Player One.
Because I never finished Star Fox Adventures.
Oh, and yet you reviewed it. Interesting.
I did. Who says you have to finish something to review it? That's something people on the internet who take reviews too seriously.
Or editors of other video game magazines.
Or that. Yeah.
I think you used too many continues.
In Strider 2?
Oh, or in any game.
In any game. Oh,
yeah, you should never use continues. That's
no continues.
You're breaking the game.
You should just start over completely from the beginning. You die once. Everything is Bloodborne.
Erase your save file.
Just nuzlocke everything, so to speak. Is that what the kids are saying these days?
No comment.
Kids are saying is it what the kids are saying these days? I have no
idea. Hey, we're old. You realize that? Ugh. Anyway.
That's not true. I just watched a TikTok.
Yeah. Anyway.
I can't say I understood what the TikTok was about, but
you saw one.
But I saw one.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
They go quick. Boy, kids today don't have attention spans, do they?
No. Should we talk about some video game stuff here?
Okay.
Sure.
You like that?
I mean, we were talking about video game reviews. We were giving an insight into the industry.
I guess.
Yeah.
When was the last time you wrote a video game review, Phil?
Myself?
Mm-hmm.
Are we counting the Game of the Year article that we wrote for Giant Bomb last year?
Oh, no.
Because
we're not. I forgot about that.
We're not counting that.
Did you hear that, Jeff Grubb? Greg forgot about it. I didn't, though, because I thought that it was a very kind gesture to be asked. Yeah. And I understand the importance.
And we're up for doing it again this year. And this time I understand the assignment. I think I just gave him a list of 5 games. That was it. And didn't do any more.
You didn't even write anything?
No, I didn't.
I wrote a full-on review.
Yeah, now I understand the assignment. So
last time I wrote a video game review was a year ago.
Okay.
I don't even remember what I did for it.
What about before that?
Oh.
10 years more?
I mean, it would have been in Nintendo Power.
Yeah.
When was the last issue of Nintendo Power? It was probably then.
Okay. Yeah.
I was thinking about this the other day where we're getting close to the end of the year. And normally I like to, as far as our top 5s that we do every year, normally I only like to include games that I've finished.
Yeah.
On those lists.
Yeah, but that's because
I don't know why, but
no Star Fox Adventures.
Although last year I put Alan Wake 2 on there before I'd finished it. But I'm looking at the list of games that came out this year that I've finished.
Yeah.
And I see one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't.
Which one?
One?
Astro Bot.
Astro Bot.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Wow.
Well,
like-
just sit down with Plucky Squire for a few more hours, and
I might have to just
You'll
so I have
have
something
your
to put on the list.
you'll have your number 2.
Number 2 is right.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
I
All right.
wanted to like that game so much.
They've patched it a lot. I keep getting patches for it on PS5.
Did they patch in a dialogue skip?
They might
That
have.
I don't know.
Did they patch
I
in
don't know.
we're now allowing you to play for more than 2 minutes uninterrupted?
Can't say.
Yeah.
Don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about some news, shall we?
They should call that game the Sucky Pyre. You get it?
That's
It's like
all you can
switch the.
do with that.
It's a spoonerism, is what they call that.
Spoonerism. There you go. Well, hold on to your butts because Banjo-Tooie is coming to Nintendo Switch Online.
No, that wasn't worth holding onto my butt for.
I believe that's the
Got me all
expansion
excited
pass.
for nothing.
N64 is on the expansion pass, right? Well, hey, it's coming this week.
What do you think about the Banjo-Kazooie games?
I'm a fan, actually. I like them. I
Really?
think they're fun. I think they're fun collectathons. Obviously, they're very much a time capsule of late 90s game design
That is true.
where it's all
And all
fetch
that
quests
implies.
and this one, I think Banjo and Banjo-Tooie are good examples of those done right.
How about Donkey Kong 64?
That one is the game design formula of a collectathon done to the extreme.
So a rare game.
Worse than your usual rare games in terms of collectathon stuff.
Mm.
Yeah.
I was never into the Banjo games, even
No.
I
back
wrote
in
off-
the day.
I wrote off most rare games on N64 as just sort of, this is a pale imitation of what Nintendo would do. And so I didn't give many of them much time at all.
Yeah.
So I never really played any of the Banjo games. I played them enough. I played the first one enough to know I didn't care about playing it. But
Yeah.
after that, I never tried Banjo-Tooie.
Yeah, I played a fair
Banjo-Tooie's
bit
good.
of the first one.
Uh-huh.
Ultimately gave it up because it just didn't click with me. Never. I don't think I ever played Tooie because I just didn't care for the first one that much.
Well, I played because they redid them for Xbox Live Arcade.
That is true.
They did widescreen high def versions
Yep.
of them.
Remember that?
So I played through, not all the way through the first one, but a fair piece into the first one.
Okay.
And a fair bit into the second one too. But I didn't finish either one.
You really like Nuts and
Yeah.
Bolts, though, right?
I thought Nuts and Bolts was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I just
enjoyed
remember
that
you
one.
talking about that quite a bit
Yeah.
when it came out.
Yeah. But October 25th, 2024 is when Banjo-Tooie joins the NSO N64 lineup. All right. Well, Phil, I have some good news for you.
For me,
Only
you.
this is our last episode.
That would be good news for us.
You wish.
It's your last episode.
Oh,
That's just as good.
Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii
Oh,
has a new release date.
oh,
They have moved it up a week.
up
Damn.
That hardly ever happens.
sooner than expected.
Sooner than expected. It only because Monster Hunter Wilds is coming out on the original release
Oh.
date, so they're getting out of the way of Monster Hunter Wilds.
I'm surprised it's just a week. Then
I know. I'm kind of surprised that they're only moving it up a week.
we're bringing it
But-
out 2 months early.
Yeah, they
We're
probably
shadow
should
dropping it, folks. Here you
get
go.
away from Monster Hunter Wilds.
Okay,
Yeah, so February
I'll take it.
21st, 2025. Yeah.
I will take it.
See, they could have released it on Valentine's Day. That would have been a nice nice release date for that, right?
It's true.
Yeah.
I love a good release on Valentine's Day.
Yep. Expected that.
What? Did you?
No, I didn't actually.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Question is, did she?
Oh. Well then, all right. More good news. Hey, that Astro Bot update where they're adding speedrun levels, that has started. So we have started getting weekly levels from Team Asobi. Every Thursday we'll get a new stage to speedrun, and each level is going to have 2 new cameo bots.
Yep.
Man, I hope they do some bots from Cameo. That would be awesome.
Cameo is owned by Microsoft.
So Microsoft puts their games on other consoles.
Oh,
He's right, you
that's
know.
true. That is true. Now, maybe they'll do a Sea of Thieves bot. Please do a Sea of Thieves bot. Thank you. So yeah, every week until November 14th, we're getting 5 new speedrun levels, and yeah, who knows what happens after then, but yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
They say apparently there may be even more surprises coming soon.
Okay.
So yeah. Have you, Phil, played the first of the speedrun stages, which is called Building Speed?
Oh, are we in what you've been playing already?
Okay, we will be
it's
talking
on
about
his
that later.
It's on his list.
That's a tease for later, I suppose. Unless you want to talk about it now. Do you want to talk about it now?
Do you want me to talk about it now?
No, I don't. We're going to keep going.
I haven't played it yet. Can we pause recording for like 10 minutes and let me go update the game
and play it. Yeah. We don't have the time. Sorry.
BRB.
Uh-huh. Hey, the Tetris Forever Gold Master Edition collection from Digital Eclipse has a release date now. November 12th is when it's coming out.
Okay.
So
I think it's like a default for my top 5 because I got nothing else.
quite soon. Oh, and you'll have finished it by then?
No, but I mean, you
every
don't,
game
you don't
in the
finish
collection?
Tetris.
You don't.
Some people do, but
What?
I don't.
Got to get a kill screen.
Yeah.
No, I do
Yeah.
not.
Well, there you go. So it'll be out on everything: PlayStation 5, Xbox,
Game Boy?
PS4, Xbox One,
Tiger
Switch,
Electronics.
PC, Rzone,
Pico.
Game.com. Yeah, everything.
Ouya.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Amico.
Oh.
Yeah,
Too soon.
That's what I thought.
Too soon. All right, I guess we should talk about the EGM compendium, huh? The Kickstarter that
I mean,
was
you don't
launched.
have to sound so excited about it.
I am very excited. I backed it right away. Yeah.
Yeah, me
A
too.
Definitive
I did as well.
history of video games through the pages of EGM.
Yep.
Yeah. It's already funded. Their goal was 35,000. As of recording on Sunday, they're almost at
they definitely beat it.
320,000. They
Oh my
beat
goodness.
it in a big way. And some of the extras are they're going to do a new issue of the magazine now.
Yeah, so they're doing one new issue, I think.
One new issue.
Isn't that
Yeah.
it? Yeah, and also they have that. They're also doing that lost issue. That was already one of the tiers before they even started the Kickstarter.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the lost issue, for anyone who doesn't know, being that when EGM was unceremoniously shuttered, the issue they were working on, I think, was basically done. I don't know if it was completely done, but it was more or less done. And of course, so those files still exist, but it never ever got printed and shipped. So
Yeah, and we're getting so in addition to a book, there's also an EGM compendium digital archive, which has every issue of the magazine in digital format. I'm curious to see, are these scans or are these actually the files?
I think they're scans.
I mean,
I
they
would
gotta be,
have to
right?
imagine they're scans.
The thing for me that I'm really excited about is I'm really excited about that because it's going to be like a searchable database,
A searchable index.
Yes.
Yeah.
which is fantastic because it's not that hard to get scans of old game magazines between like Retromags and archive.org when it's not being
Internet
backed.
Archive. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like it's not too hard to get, especially if magazines where the companies that used to own them no longer exist.
Yeah.
So that's been a thing for quite a while. But, speaking as someone who's used those as research material, like you're pretty much stuck with sifting through every page.
Yep.
And looking for mentions of whatever you're looking for and hoping for the best.
Yeah.
So this being a searchable index is very exciting from a research standpoint.
Yes.
Yeah. Very cool. I'm pumped about that.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. And a bunch of EGM alumni are contributing, including myself and Greg and Phil. You're not on this list, but we should get you in front of.
Yeah, they didn't ask me.
Yeah, we should get you in front of the folks who are doing this.
I guess.
Yeah, and some game developers and some influencers are contributing as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
They'll ask a bunch of influencers, but not me.
You're not an influencer.
Well, no, the influencers aren't going to be part of those interviews.
No, they're doing interviews basically with.
They're doing like testimonials. That's
Blair.
what that is.
It's going to be like like an oral history type thing, right?
Yeah, I think
that they're working on with us. But anyway, it's exciting. It's exciting. I mean, EGM, even before I worked there, was a big part of my my video game life. Even though I worked there for longer than I knew, I was just a reader. It was a big part of that. So
I mean,
I'm excited about it.
It was sort of a cornerstone of the industry for a long time. I mean, that along with GamePro and Nintendo Power, I would say those early days were probably the big ones. So I think something like this makes perfect sense. It's great that they're doing something like this, and I hope that it eventually. I mean, this is an EGM project. This is like a Steve Harris.
Yeah, this is an official.
Thing. But it would be great to see this happen for some other big magazines.
Breaking news. As of 10 minutes ago.
Pretzel, what's the breaking news?
I just got asked to contribute.
Did you really?
I did.
Excellent. All
Molly
right.
Patterson.
Yeah.
Who, of course, she's one of the main people doing the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Sent me a message.
Well, that's awesome. All right.
Yes.
That's good news. All right.
Apparently, I'm quoting here.
Yeah.
We finally got enough money in the Kickstarter to pay you what you are worth.
Nothing.
To contribute your knowledge and expertise.
Those 5 freelance reviews you did?
How dare you? I was on the staff, you jerk. Years before you were, I might add.
Were you an associate editor or an assistant editor?
They got rid of you when they found me.
I'll have to go into my digital copies that I absolutely don't have.
We were both either associate or I think we were associate
two.
Editor.
One of those two.
Back in 90.
That was not a quote, by the way. I was being facetious. I do not want to presume to be putting words.
But wait, you were asked or you were not?
But I was actually asked, yes.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah, she did actually read that.
That's excellent to hear. Yes. Yeah. Excellent. All right. Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to the book. Already backed it.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
I backed it at, the $150 level, I think.
That's the one I did as well.
Give me whatever you got.
I don't think I went that high, but
pins.
I wanted to post
down.
Oh, looks like Greg's not a real fan.
I guess not.
Greg doesn't have the money.
Yeah.
Big difference.
Yeah. But the book looks great. I'm excited about it. So
it should be good. It's
some new Shu and Chan comics.
Also news.
Yeah.
I like that.
Scott.
Yeah, it was a really thoughtful, a well put together Kickstarter, I think, too. People who were into the magazine back then. So
I do like. I'm glad that they reached the goal that got EGM2
added to the archive.
In the archive as well, yeah.
Well, in part because I don't have any of those issues.
Oh, really?
anymore. So yeah, I have EGMs. I don't have any EGM2s.
Okay.
So, well, I might have like the first couple issues, but that's it.
Excellent.
Yeah. I want to see something like this for Nintendo Power.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
Nintendo will never do it.
Let's not
Well, that's just
let's
it.
not kid around. We want to see this for everything.
We want to see this for everything. Yeah,
I wanna see it
I
for-
would.
Game fan, game pro, video games, computer entertainment, game players.
Game Informer, everybody. Well,
Oh.
Game Informer.
Yeah, we're not going to see anything for Game Informer,
No,
sadly.
we won't. Ugh.
just for the same reason, I think we probably never see it from Nintendo.
Yeah,
They're not going to do that.
they're not going to do it.
Probably different reasons, but functionally
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah.
Functionally the same. It would mean we're not going to get it.
My main thing being the people who hold the rights to that stuff
Yeah.
wouldn't go for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm looking forward to it, and hope everybody else is too. And yeah,
I saw they're doing like
we'll see how it goes.
the also in the archive they're including those kind of the smaller like one-off type things and stuff. Like,
Oh, the specials,
is like Mega Play going to be in there?
Mega Play, and the Super NES Buyer's Guide.
Yeah.
Cool.
That'd be
What
cool.
about pocket
Hopefully.
games?
They haven't said specifics about what's going in there.
What about EGM 3D?
I mean, that's got to be in there.
I still have my old Mac laptop with some. Oh my God, what was the program we used to lay out the issues?
Quark
Quark.
Express.
Yeah.
I still have some old Quark Express files
Oh, do you really?
from one of the latest,
Wow.
the later
Oh,
issues
wow.
of Pocket Games on that old laptop.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, like pocket games. Will that be in there?
I hope so.
I
I don't
there
know.
like a
DCM?
dozen pocket games.
Yeah.
Pardon me?
How many issues of pocket games were there?
There's like 6 or 7, I think.
Okay.
That was when after I left. That was one of the things that I was doing pretty regularly for Ziff Davis because Dan
Yeah.
Peluso was running those
Okay.
for quite a while. So I mean, it was well into like the mid 2000s that they were still releasing pocket games.
Okay.
What about the PSX magazine before it went official?
Yeah, I doubt
Yeah.
that. I doubt they would include that
Probably
on
not.
this.
I
Yeah.
think that
All those
Like,
specials
yeah.
are each
Gamer.
spin-offs, but
in Game
Yeah.
Now.
yeah,
Some of those fighting game guides that they did,
I
I
mean,
picked those up.
you
Those
could
were really
call
helpful.
Expert Gamer in Game Now evolutions because they
Oh,
all evolved
absolutely.
from EGM too. But
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think they're probably separate
Yeah.
enough that they're
I would think
Yeah.
not going to include them in this.
no.
Just the buyer's guides and
Yeah.
And hey, speaking as someone who does Let's Read videos, working on one right now for Expert Gamer number 69.
Huh.
That's a pretty dry
Nice.
read, my friend. Let me tell you.
What's on the cover of that one?
Mario Party 2.
Oh, okay.
ooh, that sounds like a dry read already.
Yeah.
But it does have Crazy Taxi in it, so
Ooh.
Well, there you go.
Remember that weird EGM one-off special where it was like Crispin driving around the country and
in the
The new
Pokemon
Beetle?
mobile. Yeah.
that was a weird one.
Didn't you roll that
That was
thing?
a weird one. Yes.
I believe so, right?
Yeah.
Like he somehow managed to
I don't think he did it. I think it was Jason Hinman that did it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's right. It was him and Jason. Yeah. I don't know who was driving. You're probably right.
Just
It was probably
destroyed.
Yeah, destroyed it. They
Yeah,
like
they
went
got a-
over a median or
They
something.
got one of the new Beetles. Was this before they were widely available?
Yeah.
Because what was like?
Yeah.
I assume Volkswagen paid for that issue,
I would think.
I assume.
and it was
Yeah.
just like them driving around the country.
It sounds like they definitely paid for that issue.
Just like taking photos of the car at like
Yeah.
We
Well,
found
wasn't
some-
it done up to look like Pikachu or something? Or was it
No, no,
Pokemon branded at least?
I don't
No.
think so. No.
Well,
That wouldn't have-
there
that wouldn't
was
have happened.
Pokemon branded Beetles.
There was definitely a Pokemon branded Beetle at some point, and I know because I've been sifting, getting ready for this roundtable. I've been looking through old issues, and I know I saw a picture of it. I might have been at an E3 or something.
Yeah, there were definitely Pikachu Beetles and
Yes.
I
Multiple.
believe a Lugia PT Cruiser.
Yeah. That's right.
PT Cruiser,
But,
God,
but that was a whole separate
Cruiser.
Nintendo Pokemon promotion. That wasn't for the EGM thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was a weird issue. It was a really weird
That was
issue.
before my time. I just remember hearing the stories.
Yeah.
Mm. Well, I think we can safely go into what you've been playing
Okay.
at this point. And Greg, how about you kick us off? What have you been playing?
I'm playing more Zelda Echoes.
Mm.
And I know, Phil, you've been playing this as well,
I have.
right? I didn't see whether CJ added it. Has CJ given up on this game?
No, I've not given up on the game.
He's given up on this game.
No, I have not. I have
Seems
not
like
given
that.
up. I
What do
got
you
a
think,
little
Phil?
bit further. I got a little bit further, but not enough to say that I played it.
You know, honestly, I would say that's probably the same for me. I put it on here because I had nothing else to put on here. But I don't know. I'm really on the edge of whether or not I'm even going to continue playing it.
What?
Really?
Wow.
I was not
Oh.
all week when I did have time to play something.
Yeah.
I had to talk myself into playing Zelda.
So so last week we were all at approximately the same place where the
next
the-
three
the-
rifts open up.
the three
Yeah.
rifts open. So how far have you progressed since?
I am down in the southeastern corner of the map in the,
Okay,
the
that's where I
wetlands
am.
area.
Okay.
Just exploring.
Okay.
But I'm in the
Um,
I'm in the main temple of what that quest was. I'm in the main area now.
Yeah, so I'm not there yet.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't know, man. It's I had to talk myself into turning it on. There were a few nights this week where it's like, all right, I'm gonna, like I have all my other stuff done. The kids are in bed. I'm gonna sit and play video games, and
Right.
it's like,
Yeah.
all right, and I'll grab like the pro controller, and it's like, I don't really want to play
last
this.
week you were kind of lukewarm on it.
I am very, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I did go back and play more of it, and yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
I still like it.
I do
Yeah.
too. I guess minor spoilers for the areas that you go to.
Yeah.
And it's this should not be a surprise if you have played any Zelda game since like the N64 days. I beat the Goron area.
Oh, okay.
You
Nice.
you go up.
I assume that's up north.
Yeah, that's the
Death Mountain
north
or not
northwest
Death Mountain.
Yeah.
rift is the Goron fire dungeon basically. I played through that.
Nice.
There were some tricky bits in there too.
Yeah.
I mean, you throw enough beds at a problem and anything can be solved, but
Yeah.
yeah, there were actually a few tricky bits in that dungeon. But I got through there, and now I'm working my way towards the snow. Actually, I just got into the snow dungeon.
Nice.
So, and I haven't done that kind of southeastern temple yet, but I did earlier in the game. I was just exploring, so I've opened up that whole area.
Yeah.
I just haven't gone into any sort of temple work
Right.
at this point. But
Yeah.
I'm still having a blast with it. I'm still having fun. So,
Me too. The Farron wetlands. So there is a bit in that temple where should I spoil a little bit of the gameplay?
sure.
Go ahead.
Well, they take away try.
Well,
I
I
was
just want to know
wondering-
that.
I was wondering about that because there was one point, maybe they foreshadow it or something, because
Yeah,
there
they
was
do.
there was one point during walking around the wetlands
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
where it entered my head. That's like, I wonder if they're going to take try away.
Oh, interesting.
Then I'm thinking like,
Yeah.
well, what the hell would you do? Because
Yeah.
your entire power centers on her being there.
Well, your entire
So-
power centers on her being there in terms of being able to produce echoes. But
Yes,
you can
you just
still
have
do
to-
things like bind and
Well, you bind with try, don't you?
Yeah. You shoot
really?
try out
Yeah.
to do the binding.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, there's a part where you cannot produce echoes, but you can still bind and
Oh, okay.
Okay.
do that stuff.
Yeah. I wonder
So-
why it got into my head. Now that you're saying that actually happens, I'm surprised. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
And that was a little bit tricky. I got to say, like, not being able to produce echoes
Yeah.
and then still work your way around. And there were some sort of stealth sections that you had to do. But of course, that's all about like jumping into one of those pots and walking around in the pot. So
Very Metal Gear.
Yeah. Oh, they take the rod away. There we go. Scoop Joey clarifying. Yes. Okay. So you don't have the rod.
So you have to spare the rod, is what you're saying?
Yep.
Okay. I think, like, for me, even when I was playing it and walking around in that area this week, combat is not fun in that game. And because I feel like I'm just spamming echoes most of the time, especially now that they're a little bit cheaper, or, like I walk into an area where there's a few slimes around or something like that. And I'm normally what I've been doing now is spawning a wolf because he's pretty fast. He's pretty powerful.
I don't think I have the wolf.
And so, and there's something else that I was really starting to, and I probably realized this earlier on, because the only reason I have a wolf is because very early on in the game, I've only ever seen one on the map.
Oh.
And I just happened to come across it. And I think somebody actually I think when you were about to come across it, somebody actually warns you, like, to be careful about these things, right? And when I saw it, I was like, well, obviously I want that echo. So I just, again, was spamming creatures because the wolf's really tough and it's really fast. So, like, you can't, you can't just spawn something that's relatively slow and have it lumber around and try to attack because the wolf dashes all the time. So I did get it, and it's pretty powerful. But, like, in the wetlands, there are a couple areas too where, you're doing some exploration and it feels like the paths really go nowhere. But you'll come into, like, an area where there's there's like centipede, like one of the first bosses from, like, Link to the Past, those big centipede creatures. Like, there's one area where they're wandering around. So it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna stop and have a fight here. And there was like not a Poe, it was almost like a Poe. It was an electrical creature that was like a ghost that would teleport around, but I've only ever seen one.
Yeah, right? I've seen one down there too.
And it's like that, along with, I'm also realizing that there's sections in the map where they really want you to climb over the trees and get into these little nooks and crannies of the map, but there's not really much there. There's like a chest that has some rupees in it or something like that. Like, the payoff doesn't seem big so far. And it's just like, right now when I'm playing it, I'm doing that. I'm looking around to see, like, well, can I get myself up there? And when I do, it's like, okay, that's cool. But it seems like the payoff is the fact that you did it. And that's not really doing anything for me. And then otherwise, I'm avoiding combat like crazy because I don't like it. To me, it's not entertaining at all. Because I've gotten to the point where I rely on a certain group of echoes, like, there's probably 3 different situations, and all I'm doing is just spawning like 100 crows or a bunch of octoroks and standing around and waiting for them to take care of things. And it's like,
but you can always change into sword fighter form if you want.
When you're in the overworld, you can do that for a while, but it's really hard to replenish your.
That's true.
And then the kind of
smoothies.
And then the thing is with that, as weird as this probably sounds, kind of just makes me pine for a Zelda game where I get to play as Link and swing my sword at stuff.
That's true. That's
true. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not, whatever.
Yeah, my one complaint so far is the chests with rupees in them. Like, you see a chest and you're like, oh, I have to get that. I need to get that. And it's always rupees. And it's not worth the trouble.
And I really feel like it's like that because, like, for the way I play, I think that's kind of lame as well. But I'm glad that they're there because I avoid combat. So I wouldn't have any rupees if there weren't all these chests everywhere. And I would probably be a little bit more cranky about the fact that I have to sit here and fight these stupid little slimes and things that show up.
Yeah. I haven't had to use
I don't enjoy
rupees
doing it. So
really for anything yet, but I have a feeling that there'll be stuff to.
Have you not been buying, like?
No.
I find each town there's like one big thing to buy.
Yeah, like they'll have like an amulet or something to give you a power boost.
Yeah, I haven't been buying amulets or anything.
Oh, really? Oh, no. I buy them right away.
That sounds like user error. You're going to the Great Fairy
Should
and
do that.
having her power up your outfit so you can equip more of those.
No, I haven't done that at all yet.
Okay, so that's
Okay. So I need to do that.
your problem,
Yeah.
because you're not actually going to the places that ask you to spend money.
Well, maybe that. Yeah. I
You should do that.
suppose that's.
Have you found the Great Fairy?
No.
Oh, we'll see.
I
There's
don't
your
think I
problem.
found the Great
I
Fairy
haven't.
yet either.
Really?
See, I'm not the only
I don't
one.
think so. I don't
See?
think so.
See, Phil. See?
She will upgrade you so you can equip more of the medallions or amulets,
yeah.
whatever they call the little power boosters.
I think it is amulets. Yeah.
Is she up in like that watery area from the first couple of rifts?
I believe so, yes.
Because I kind of figured that, but I haven't gone back and really explored that area
Oh,
too
okay.
much.
Well, there you go. That's what you need to do. There's a
Yeah.
there's a little warp tower there. Once you find her,
Yeah.
you can just pop
Ooh.
back over
I like that.
when you want.
Hmm.
So I was
Oh, here we go. Scoop Joey saying, cleared the game after like 22 hours and I never found the Great Fairy.
What are you people just not exploring the map?
That's it's funny you're talking about the warp statues too, because there are a ton of those in the game.
There are.
I think it's actually almost surprising how many warp statues there are in the game. And I'm not normally one to use those sorts of things,
Yeah.
just because I enjoy, traversing from A to B, and again, like in a Zelda game, like getting into sword fights and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm also doing that a lot, where it's just like, well, I don't want to walk there because I'm not going to do anything but walk.
Yeah.
If it's an area I've already been through. So I'm just warping all over the place. I don't know. I am very down on it. I'm very down on it. I wanted to like it
I'm
way
digging it.
more than I am.
I
I'm
still
digging it.
I still like it. I still like
Yeah.
it. I need to get back to it.
I don't know that I'm going to finish it at this
Yeah.
point.
After our discussion last week, we're talking about the drowning your enemies.
Yeah.
It absolutely works, by the way.
Yeah. Really?
I tested
Okay.
it out. Yeah, you can just spawn a water block, grab onto an enemy and just drag them into the water, and they will just
That is dark.
Drown.
so there. If you're having trouble with the combat, Greg,
Just
might
do
I
that.
suggest just forcing your enemies.
It's again, I'm not having trouble with the combat. I don't find the combat interesting.
Well,
Make
Allow
it
me to-
interesting by drowning your enemies. Yeah.
dragging your enemies into a cube of water and just watching them die in front of you.
Awful. That is awful.
Have you tried that?
Yeah.
I also discovered,
Yeah.
this is one of those things, I'm sure most people know about this, but I just happened to figure it out by accident. If you come across like a moblin or something that has a shield,
Mm-hmm.
you can grab onto them and pull the shield away.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, I
that's
haven't
cool.
tried that. That's fun.
So then you're, if you got like Octoroks shooting at them or something like that, they will no longer be blocked.
That's a good
Stuff.
tip. That's a good tip.
There you
I
go.
like it. Yeah. I'm still liking the game.
Yes.
I think it's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm digging it.
I just
I'm
need to get
definitely
back to
still
it.
enjoying it.
I literally sat down and played. This is so lame. It's like, I'm going to play some Genesis games instead. I ended up playing Monopoly on the Genesis the other night
Crying out loud.
instead of Zelda,
What?
Crying out loud.
Monopoly on the Genesis.
just because I'd never played it. It's like, I've never tried this. I'm going to see what this is like.
I'm going to share my big disappointment in Echoes of Wisdom.
Okay.
You
This is
don't
my
get
big
$200 when you
disappointment.
pass go? Is that the...
Yeah. Another little spoiler. There's a snow area. There's a snowy mountain you go to,
Okay.
and one of the echoes you can get there is an ice block. The
Makes sense.
winterized counterpart to the murderous water block. And
Oh my gosh.
the thing about men will literally play Monopoly rather than playing a game with a female lead says Scoop Jessica.
I think anyone who listens to this knows that that's not me at all. But
Only 1 in 3 men.
Only 1 in 3. That's
not
right.
all men. Hashtag.
Nope.
Wow.
Hashtag only 1 in 3 men.
I don't know. On this our 18th anniversary, I feel like we may be past our sell-by date.
Oh my goodness. We've been past that since
if we're using not all men hashtags
17 or 18. So you get an ice block, and one of the many uses of the ice block is that you can drop it in water and it will float, creating steps for you to get across.
Very nice. Yeah.
And if you spawn an ice block on land and push it into the water, it'll drop into the water and then it'll continue traveling across the water.
Okay.
Now,
can you use it as a jet ski?
Well, here's the thing I tried.
That's the Blue Storm ice block.
I dropped, I spawned an ice block in the water, and I went and stood on it. And then I spawned one of those fans. You know, they have the fans that blow the wind.
Mm-hmm.
I spawned that, and I picked it up, expecting that it would make me travel across the water.
All it did was push you off the ice block.
It didn't do anything. I just stood there holding.
That's lame.
And I was so disappointed.
I was playing this game. Go play Minecraft.
Go play Monopoly, apparently. What's your favorite railroad?
Reading.
Oh, and that's a good one. That's my favorite, too. Did you get Baltic Avenue?
No.
Baltic's a good one.
Baltic sucks.
Oh, no, Baltic's
the pro tip.
You'd be surprised. It's a very strategic. Now, let me ask you this, Greg.
I also played Wheel of Fortune. What?
Are you put all the money under the pro no parking space? So if you land on no parking, you collect the money?
It's free parking.
Or free parking, whatever it is. I don't know.
Come on.
You know what? Well, you know why? Because I haven't played Monopoly in like 45 years. Because Monopoly sucks.
I don't disagree with that. I wasn't sitting here saying it was
actually
better. I'm not sitting here saying it's better than Zelda. I'm saying that's what I played.
I see.
There's a good version of Monopoly. What's it called? It's like the Cheaters Edition, where they have different
where you can
rules.
Just take money.
Cheaters Edition.
Where you can distract people and swipe their hotels.
So that is what you were describing, Phil, is a house rule. That is not a house rule. Monopoly, and it's not one that you can set in the Genesis version of Monopoly. I'm here to tell you, you can't do that.
Genesis Monopoly does not support house rules.
That's right. That's too lame. It is disappointing.
Mm-hmm. So how was the Wheel of Fortune treating you?
It was pretty good until the final round, but I still don't know what that final word was. Like, they showed it and I was like, I don't get it. I don't understand what this means. I don't know what this word means. I couldn't be bothered to look it up.
Well, it's just like a made up word?
No, it was a real word. It's just not anything I'd ever read or heard before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I don't know what it was.
Was it handsome?
Man, I gotta send an email to Molly right now, telling her to stop wasting her time talking to you. And
CJ really liked that one.
Was it handsome?
Greg, you know I don't mean that, right? You know I'm just playing. Oh boy!
Yikes!
Oh boy!
Phil. That's so mean.
It was right there.
It was.
What's a fella supposed to do? I'm not made of stone. I think we have a pot kettle situation in the comments.
Yeah,
we can smell our own. I know.
Yeah.
Smell our own. Just getting worse.
All right.
Oh, Lordy do.
Where were we? Oh,
We're talking about Monopoly.
yeah.
You got to
Anyway.
admit, this is a pretty good what you've been playing.
I'm enjoying Zelda. Greg is not. CJ has taken a week off.
I'm taking a week off. I've been busy with other
He's
things.
never coming back.
Fair
Busy
enough.
with other things.
Don't listen to him. He's never
Oh,
coming
I
back.
did.
Gearing up for Banjo-Tooie.
Well, here's something I kind of played, but not really. I downloaded it,
CJ's just taking your turn now.
No, that's fine.
and maybe you'll talk about this. I don't know if you played it, Phil.
What's that?
The Ease 10 Nordics demo is out.
I played a little bit of it. I didn't put it on my list because I did not feel I played enough to really have anything too much to say about it.
Yeah.
But I did play a bit of it.
Ah. Okay.
I'm very excited about it.
Well,
I
your save
realized
carries over.
yes, it does.
And which
But-
is another, I love this trend of RPGs
yeah.
that have a demo where your save carries over.
Yes.
It's like, that's
Makes sense.
perfect. Please, more of that. And also, Square, please put out a Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D demo where your save carries over. I will play the heck out of that.
Well, because Ease comes out this week, I believe. Yes.
I don't know. You should know this. If
I
anyone's
think
going
it
to know
is.
this,
I think it's
on
like this Friday or
podcast,
something.
it's you.
Ease 10 Nordics.
Turn safe search off.
Release.
Oh my
Available
god.
10.
Ease Nordics. That's not going to
Release.
come out with anything.
That's inappropriate.
That's the name of the game.
Comes out on Friday.
Okay.
I started playing it and realized that I should probably stop because, like, you know, it's that thing where I don't want to get sidetracked
Yeah.
because I want to finish Zelda. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna put this down. The game comes out very soon anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna focus on Zelda and get that knocked out before new Ease arrives. But what'd you think?
I didn't play enough of it to really.
Okay,
Jesus.
good. We're both in the same boat.
Literally,
Why
there's
bring
a
it
boat
up?
right in the beginning of the.
I didn't bring
Demo.
it up. He brought
There's
it
a
up.
boat.
I know.
A boat in the demo.
There's a boat.
Yep. You're
CJ
on
saw
it.
a boat. He was hypnotized.
I was.
Hypnotized by the high seas havoc.
You know it. Doesn't take much.
But I mean, come on, you got a Nordics on a boat. You got a pirate yakuza in
Yeah.
Hawaii
Yeah.
as a fan of the high seas, as a salty sea dog. You must be loving this current trend.
Loving it. Yep. Loving it.
Excellent.
Are we into your what you've been playing then? Or
Are we?
diving right in? I think we are.
Okay,
Go ahead,
well, lucky
Phil.
for you, I just got back from.
You don't want to hear about the other Genesis game show games I was playing?
Which other ones?
I wasn't playing any. I just wanted to know if you wanted to hear about them.
Well, I do want to know
What
now.
were you playing rather than playing more Zelda?
That was it.
That was it.
Subterranea?
You didn't follow it up with playing Jeopardy?
No, that sucks.
Oh yeah,
Played Wheel of Fortune,
Jeopardy.
not Jeopardy.
You gotta like be smart for that game. That is not our cup of
Yeah.
tea. You know,
Yeah.
guessing words. We can kind of do that.
Hmm.
Ugh. Game Tech. Greg,
They got all the
About Game
game
Tech?
shows.
Wheel of Fortune, was that Game Tech?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
They almost always were back then. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I played Astro Bot. It got updated. We got our first speed run level.
Yep.
Now you know I don't care much for speed running.
I know that from looking at the leaderboards. Could tell
Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
he ain't wrong.
that.
You'll note my time is like the bare minimum to get both of the bots unlocked.
Still
Oh,
faster
really?
than mine.
There you go.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, wait, so you did play it, Greg?
No.
Oh, okay. You're just hypothetically saying.
No, I'm saying that I haven't posted a time, so
Will
Oh,
you
it's kinda
ever?
rough leaderboard. No.
You'll never bother?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, see, I'm no Jeff Grubb when it comes to speedrunning Astro Bot.
Yeah.
Because, whew. the
Hey,
guy's
that
got the
competition
speedrun.
can get pretty fierce.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, I am in those speedrun levels to collect the new bots, unlock the trophies,
And that's it.
and that's it.
Okay.
I got, and yeah,
You want your participation award and you're out of here.
that's all I want.
Mhm.
That's all I want.
It's my favorite kind of award.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just for showing up, doing the bare minimum.
Yep.
But
Then go back to bed.
yeah, you do have to clear. There are 2 different times, I believe, to unlock each of the 2 bots.
Yeah.
And I did just barely under the requirement to get the
Oh, so
more-
the bots are unlocked based on your speed through the level. You don't find them during the level?
no.
Okay.
No.
There you go.
Interesting.
Yes, because yeah, these are very much designed as speedrun courses, so you don't want to have to be running off finding bots.
Yeah.
That's just wasting time.
That's right.
You don't want to do that.
Can't do that.
I got the 2 bots. They are Helldivers. There's a Helldiver robot
Oh, there's going to be 4 of those, right?
for Helldivers.
I think so.
Oh, I don't
Maybe?
know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know Helldivers.
That's too bad because it's a good game.
Are there 4 characters?
Yeah, it's 4-player multiplayer game.
I see.
I don't know if there are 4 different Helldivers that you can get.
Okay. Well,
And Stellar Blade was the other one?
that's not true.
What was the other one?
Rise of the Ronin, I want to say.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Rise of the Ronin?
All right.
Yes. Those are the
Cool.
those are the 2 Astro Bots you can find. Well, you can earn,
In Astro Bot.
because as previously discussed, you're not finding them, you're earning them
Yeah.
for being a little speedy boy.
I see.
But so I got those. Hooray. That's it. I'll get 2 more next week. I won't
All right.
I won't do well speed wise, but I will do
Ah.
just well enough
Just enough.
to get the trophy and unlock the little robot buddies.
I see.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, I haven't really been playing anything.
Oh my
Jesus,
gosh.
I've been busy.
Well, fair enough.
Been too busy. So,
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
yeah. But I played, a little bit of Zelda. A little bit.
Okay.
And I guess that means it's time.
Oh, I got all the smoothies. I unlocked all
Oh,
the
did you?
smoothies.
Nice.
In the game.
See. Ah.
So now I can generate, once you figure out a smoothie recipe,
Mm-hmm.
you can then just bring up the menu and select it off the list, and it will say, oh, we can make it if you have the ingredients. It'll say, yeah, we can just make it with the ingredients and
Mm-hmm.
a handful of rupees.
Mm-hmm.
Or even if you don't have the ingredients, you can still get the smoothie made. You just pay more for it.
Mm.
Which is kind of nice,
All right.
Yeah.
Because
I'll tell you what, if you're going into these kind of extreme environments in the later part of the game, your fire mountain, your ice mountain, there are bits and where there's a lot of heat where you can take damage
Yeah.
from walking over hot part of the ground.
Very Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, very much, yeah.
Which, I mean,
See.
those smoothies have that written all over it. Like,
oh, yeah.
that's the only
Yeah.
reason they exist.
Yeah. And yeah, like
Big
the
time.
ice mountain, when you're outside, there are, windstorms that just
Yeah.
damage you for being outside.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Unless you spawn one of the little fire slimes
Mm-hmm.
and you carry it around with you.
Oh,
Keeps
very
you
nice.
warm.
That's very nice.
Yes, indeed. Anyway,
Well,
yeah.
I guess that means
Yes.
it's time
For what?
Tweets.
Tweedly deedly dee. Tweedly deedly dee. Tweet.
Block,
tweet,
block,
tweet,
block,
tweet.
Block. Well, you can still read person's
know.
tweets if you get
It's
blocked.
That
inconsequential.
did nothing, Greg.
I know.
You see how
Yeah.
you kept saying block and
That was
I
the
just kept
point.
going?
Yeah.
Doesn't work. It's a very well run website.
No. Well, anyway, let's do some not tweets. This one from hacker alias Joy Architect, who asks, Analog 3D, who's pre-ordering tomorrow? So Analog is bringing out an N64 FPGA with 4 controller ports, looking real stylish. The pre-order, I guess, starts tomorrow.
8 a.m. specific time.
Who's pre-ordering? And not me, obviously.
I'm
No.
going to attempt to.
You're going to attempt to? All right.
Oh, absolutely. I do want one. I got
It
to be
looks
able
nice.
to play
Looks very
Banjo-Tooie
nice.
somehow.
It looks nice, though.
It does. And I mean, analog stuff is always great. I'm sure it'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm
sure it will.
I'm definitely going to try. The ports, the controller ports, are they standard N64 controller ports?
Yep.
Oh, good, because I do have a
That's
bunch of
how-
N64 controllers.
That's how these analog systems work, right? It's-
Yeah. That is.
So, yeah. I mean,
I
they'll
suppose
get-
if
you
I
have
thought
the
about it
wireless
that hard,
controller, but
I would have been
Yeah.
able to guess.
that's one of the great things about these systems is that they use the old controllers.
Yes.
If you want to, you don't have to.
Right.
But yeah.
I see.
So, and it looks like this one actually comes with, or you can get a wireless controller.
Oh, good.
I mean, I haven't paid too close attention to it because honestly, I mean, my N64 is still hooked up down in my game room, still works,
Yeah.
and I have that Bluetooth mod on a classic controller that replaced the analog stick, and so I don't need one of these, but I mean, I'm sure it'll be great.
Yeah.
You know,
I do not have my N64 hooked up anymore, just because I don't have a TV set up that
right.
can use it.
And
Yep.
so that'll be the main thing with this too, is that, hey, HDMI, great.
Yep.
And wireless controller, even better.
Play some
Yeah.
Goemon games.
Ha ha. Ha.
I will be happy.
Yes.
Play some No Mercy.
Just like the old days.
It's a good game.
That was a good
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Very
Didn't
good
have to be a
game.
wrestling fan to enjoy No Mercy.
No.
Indeed. All right. Let's do this one
Which one?
from
This one.
hacker
Oh, yeah,
alias
that's a good one.
Super Nintendo Chalmers, who says, what are your thoughts on Sean Layden's comments that the console wars are nearly over?
Who?
Sean Layden,
Name sounds
Was-
familiar.
former head of Worldwide Studios, I think.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. He said that AA is gone, and he described it as a threat to the ecosystem. Yeah. I don't know. Here's the thing about any of these quotes that come out. Nobody actually knows what's going to happen
Yeah.
to the industry. Everybody thinks they know. Like back in 2012, before the PS4 and Xbox One came out, the industry was like, video game consoles are dead. Mobile is where it's at. And look what happened. Right? Like, and I do think, however, just like in 2012, I think the gaming industry is in for a lot of transition, a lot of historically, the way the industry ran is going to be completely different going forward. I mean, shit, we're looking at almost 8 years of the Switch coming up in March, and there's no successor released. Like, we're seeing an extremely long window for that, and people aren't moving on just for great graphics anymore. Like, it's sort of diminishing returns.
Well, it's been
on
diminishing
that.
returns. Yeah. Absolutely.
So yeah, we're seeing a really interesting. It's been a really interesting time for the industry. People are playing free to play games much longer than they were playing, traditional video games 10, 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So gonna be a lot of change coming up. Like even games that came out. Yeah, there was a study recently where people are still playing old games and not moving on to new games. Like, okay, what happens?
Well, I mean, that's been a major push over the last, I'm not even going to say few years, but like decade.
Yeah.
I recently heard of someone foregoing a new Zelda game to play some Genesis Monopoly game.
I know. See, that's exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But for especially service games and having a long tail and constantly, I mean, look at how long has it been? When did Grand Theft Auto come out? The most recent Grand Theft Auto.
2012.
Right. So it's like that game has lasted 12 years.
And it initially didn't even come out on the generation that followed.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So, but that's it's like the whole thing has been player retention for what would at one point have been considered a ridiculous amount of time.
Yeah.
There was always talk about player retention. Even like 25 years ago, they were talking about that. It's like, because one of the biggest challenges as a game publisher was, I remember when we were working at EGM together, because part of my job was to be speaking to company reps constantly, as was yours for the news section. Yeah. And hearing over and over again, like that's the holy grail is like we release a game and it has a burst of sales and then it drops off like to nothing. And like, how do we make this last longer? How do we keep this on the shelves longer and have it actually be like a sales force much longer? And well, they figured it out, but the thing is that even though the audience and the gaming audience in general has grown massively, because it means so many things now across so many different types of gaming, you're still like, I think the people that you're fighting for the most part, you're still fighting for a very small piece of that pie at all times. And if you're not one of the successful companies, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, look, you give up Zelda to play Monopoly. What the hell?
Yeah. I mean, AAA development, I think it's already experiencing like a rude awakening. We were hearing stories even 15 years ago that the new Tomb Raider release like wasn't selling as much as they would have liked.
Remember that? It's like it sold millions.
I know it sold millions at the time. It's like it's not enough.
So high.
And then you're seeing things like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth not meet Square's sales expectations for that game. And yeah, you're seeing that a lot. And obviously even Sony, even first party Concord right there, like, or even the Until Dawn remake apparently is not doing huge numbers.
And see, like I know that I've had so many people when we're talking about Concord, when I say like, it just boggles my mind that we're at a point in the games industry where something has to hit within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Or we kill it. And I've had so many people explain to me how that makes sense. And I'm not saying that it doesn't make sense from a financial standpoint. It makes perfect sense. If it's a service game and you're not meeting your sales targets, obviously you can't afford to keep it running. Those things don't run for free. Like I get that. What I'm saying is it's amazing to me as someone who has paid close attention to and for a while was paid to report on the games industry that's where we're at.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy.
What was the question?
It was talking, what are our comments about Sean Layden's interview?
Right. The end of Console Wars. Well, I mean,
the end of the Console Wars.
It is. I don't know what the context of that quote is.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you look at the current players in the console space, I think you can make a case for that. I mean, Nintendo's been doing its own thing since the Wii.
And really longer ago than that.
Right. I mean, it's still competing for the same dollars to a point, but it's really doing its own thing. And like you say, the Switch is 8 years old.
Yeah.
Right? It's ridiculous.
Which never, like, can you imagine, like, in the 90s and early 2000s, a system being out for 8 years with no follow-up?
It's 8 years old, but they're still releasing bangers on it.
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean, the games they release are still exciting.
That's true.
Right? So it's like it's all turned upside down from what used to be common knowledge. And then you've got Sony still running the old race. And I think,
do you think they can switch though? I don't know that they can.
I don't know that they should. I don't know that
they can pivot.
But I mean, also
they tried to pivot to live service games, and that hasn't worked out so well yet.
And the other thing is that they've been doing differently since the PlayStation 5 was released. Not just them, Sony was doing, or Microsoft was doing this too, was they kept focus on the previous generation way longer than is normal. And then you've got Microsoft. God knows what Microsoft's doing. You know, I mean, are they going to do another console? They seem like they really, really want to get out of it. I don't know that, but it's felt that way ever since, to me, ever since Game Club ended up getting on PC.
You mean Game Pass?
Game Pass ended up going on PC. It's felt like that was like the tipping point where it's like, did they want to be a game service more than a game console?
I think they're trying to find where they can be successful in the games industry, right? Is that making hardware? Clearly not. They had to pivot away from that. So since that time and Game Pass being on PC, they've tried a bunch of different things and none of it has like worked to the extent they probably want.
So that's just it. It's like there's the three physical game platforms, console anyway, platforms right now are kind of all trying something. It feels like they're trying to do something drastically different from one another. So does that mean the console wars as we would define them are still a thing? I could see an argument for no.
Yeah, I could see that.
Of course, we're talking about this now, which means tomorrow Microsoft and Nintendo will both announce their successors tomorrow. But no, they won't.
Yes. I don't think they will. All right, let's finish up with this one from Hacker Alias Post Blue, who says, favorite movie to watch during spooky season?
Garfield's Christmas special. Oh my God.
Good job.
I'm so ready for bed.
The Christmas special, yes. Free Pumpkin?
I love the Great Pumpkin.
Well, of course.
Yeah, that's not a movie.
I mean, it's not a movie, but
no.
I don't watch Halloween movies.
I have one.
What's that?
The Frighteners.
Yes, I remember watching The Frighteners at your place.
Yep.
Very good one. That one was, if I recall, and this is going back many, many years, when DVDs were sold at brick and mortar retail.
Every Thursday.
Every Thursday. Or no, Tuesday.
Tuesday. Every Tuesday at lunch.
Tuesday at lunch, we would go over to the Best Buy, and whatever came out.
Yep.
We'd buy.
Yep. Pretty much. And Phil, I believe you were like, you have to see this movie. The Frighteners is great. How have you not seen this movie? I had never seen it.
Yep.
And I was like, all right, Phil, on a whim and on a Phil recommendation.
That's right. That's your first mistake.
A Phil guarantee.
Phildation.
I purchased The Frighteners and watched it and indeed loved it.
It's a great movie.
So, yeah. I need to show that to my daughter. I think she'll really love it.
It's a Peter Jackson film.
Yeah.
Before Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Post, let's say, Meet the Feebles.
Yeah.
So it's that.
Not Dead Alive? Post Dead Alive?
Post Dead Alive,
Post Dead Alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Post his very early splatter punk stuff, but before he hit
The
big
mainstream.
time Hollywood mainstream.
Yeah.
This was this weird gulf in the center. I actually saw that in the theater. I saw it. I went in blind. I knew nothing about this movie.
Wow. Okay.
Couple friends of mine who were big into Dead Alive. We're very excited to see this because of the Peter Jackson.
Yeah.
And they said, you got to come see this movie. And I said, I don't know what it's about. And they said, doesn't matter. And
All right.
Doesn't matter.
it starts off and for the first bit of the movie, it's a little cheesy. It's played like kind of a dumb comedy.
Yep.
And I was just like, and I think we were all kind of like, wow, this is a little goofier than we thought it would be. And then it takes kind of a hard turn.
Yes, it does.
And gets kind of genuinely creepy.
Oh, so good.
But never losing that sense of fun.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. Shaun of the Dead.
Oh,
which
Shaun of the Dead's great.
A good one
recently
too.
watched with my kid.
Yep. My son just watched that the other day.
That's a good one too.
My daughter really liked that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think none of us are into like horror movies, really.
Not really. I don't hate them. I'll watch
of.
one.
Yeah.
I'll watch them.
Watch one.
I'll watch a Nightmare on Elm Street movie or two.
Yeah.
Or three, Dream Warrior.
I loved the Nightmare and Friday the 13th movies when I was a kid.
Or is
it
it
might
three?
have been. It's 3 or 4.
Oh no, it's 3. I think it is 3. I don't know.
But I've watched Jason X.
Well, yeah.
Jason X was great.
Jason X is a comedy.
But the original Halloween, that used to be my Halloween go-to.
Okay.
And it's still a freaky movie. Still a freaky
Speaking
movie.
of,
I don't think I'd show that one to my daughter.
did you see those they just came out with that Halloween video game?
Well, it's not out yet. It's coming out this week.
That's not true. It's out.
Is it out?
It is out.
Oh, okay.
You can buy it digitally now, I believe.
Okay, well, maybe I should. It's gotten good reviews from what I have seen. Gotten pretty good reviews. I kind of want to.
There's also the same company also did an Evil Dead game.
Yes,
Ash versus Evil Dead.
Yeah, I kind of want to pick those up.
And it looks like, I mean, from the looks of it, it's weird the way they're handling it. It's like they're trying to create like a kind of sort of an ongoing series of these sort of 16-bit style horror games.
Yeah,
because you can download. There's like a hub.
Oh, there's a hub?
I believe there's a hub, and it's set up like a maybe like a spooky arcade or something. And then you purchase the Halloween game, and the Evil Dead game is like DLC or something, basically.
Oh, okay.
And presumably they will expand upon that in the future if these are successful. Maybe I don't know their business plan, but that's the vibe I'm getting off of it.
Okay.
I pre-ordered the physical release of them.
Ah, okay.
Which
Retro Realms.
Retro Realms
is the name of it.
Oh yeah, and Dustin McKenzie in our chat is saying like, yeah, they can mix and match, which I believe that is the case, right?
Yeah, I believe
like if
that's
you have
right.
both, like I don't know, do you play like as Ash going through Halloween or something?
That's fine.
I don't know. But yeah, there is definitely some sort of cross-contamination between those two.
Yeah.
I'm being asked who directed Evil Dead. Well, no, it wasn't Peter Jackson.
Wasn't Peter Jackson.
No. That was Frighteners and Dead Alive and stuff.
Yeah.
Was that John Carpenter?
Do you know?
No, that wasn't John Carpenter, right?
No.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember. It was one of those.
We'll
people.
get back to it. But so Shaun of the Dead for you, Phil.
Yes.
Greg, did you say a spooky season movie?
No, I can't really. I mean, you guys have all said a bunch of them and that I think are great, but I don't have a go-to.
You don't have a spooky season? Not even like Nightmare Before Christmas?
No. I'm way into Christmas movies. I'll give you Chris. I mean, you probably know the answers for my Christmas movies, but
Die Hard.
Yeah, not really, but yeah.
We'll have this discussion in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I'll have answers for that.
Yeah.
but I don't
Was
really.
I saw on one of the social media sites a joke about Die Hard, saying everybody's wrong. Die Hard is a Harry Potter movie because
Because the
what is
person
that?
who created it
Because he's-
is a transphobe.
no, because he spends the whole movie running away from Alan Rickman in a building or something like that. And like, yeah.
You really mangled that.
I mangled that, didn't I?
Wow.
Didn't I?
That was something else.
Wow. I should
I don't
should
know
just
what
have
it was
kept my
supposed
mouth
to be,
shut.
but I know it wasn't what you just did.
Hey, speaking of Christmas,
There we go. I got it.
No, God. Stop yelling.
Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie. He sneaks around a tower at night avoiding Alan Rickman. It's a Harry Potter movie.
Ah, okay.
and scene.
And
Speaking of Christmas, and speaking of Alan Rickman,
uh-huh.
let me just turn around here.
Galaxy Quest? They should have done a
notice-
Galaxy Quest holiday special because that would have been so
You may
good.
notice I have a bunch of red boxes on my table back there. Those are
yeah.
Hallmark ornaments.
Yes.
I'm holding up my Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire Godzilla ornament here.
Yeah.
Say,
Do you have a Galaxy Quest? Oh my God.
there it
That's
is.
amazing.
The NSEA Protector from Galaxy Quest, available now as
As
a
an
Hallmark
ornament.
keepsake
That's
ornament.
Good. That's good. I love it.
So,
I love it.
the answer to the previous question, of course, is that Sam Raimi directed The Oncoming Dead, starring Bruce Campbell in a stunning dual role as Ash, the King of the Dead, and the wicked Spider-Man, traversing the galaxy for danger and profit.
Yep.
There you go. There you got your bit. Happy Halloween, everybody. Woo!
All right.
Yes?
I think that's it.
Is what it?
That.
I think that's a show.
Oh, goodness
I think
gracious.
that's it. That's a show.
Okay. You know what?
What?
Speaking of spooky movies, here's a
Yeah.
spooky movie.
Yeah.
That I have not seen, and people are gonna tisk me
Uh-huh.
because it is a stone cold classic,
Mm-hmm.
and I have not seen it, but I will be righting that wrong in sometime in the next pre-Halloween season.
Plan
I
9 from outer
have not
space.
seen The Thing,
Really?
Oh, okay.
the movie The Thing,
The movie The Thing.
the movie The
Okay.
Thing.
You haven't seen The Thing.
I haven't
Okay.
seen The Thing, but I did.
I have seen The Thing. Yeah.
I don't know that that's that big of a transgression.
That's not
but
no, it's not.
I mean, it's a beloved.
It is.
It's a
Yeah.
very popular
Sure.
horror movie.
Yes.
There's your John Carpenter classic.
There it is. Yeah.
You're talking about John Carpenter earlier. I picked it up a little while ago on the Internet Tunes for like $5.
That's a good movie.
So I'm gonna watch some of The Thing.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
that's my watch a classic horror movie that I seem to be doing. Like I watched Reanimator.
I've never seen Reanimator.
Reanimator's
Never seen
good.
it.
I mean, it's super cheesy.
Uh-huh.
But boy, oh boy, do I love Jeffrey Combs, and
Hmm.
that movie is just
I've seen him in Star Trek.
Combiest.
I've seen him in Star Trek.
Oh, which
All of
Star
them.
Trek?
All of them.
Yeah.
Uh,
Alrighty.
yeah, are we okay?
I think
We
we're
done?
We're done. We're done here.
Bye.
Alrighty, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to @P1 Podcast on Threads or Blue Sky. Or if you want
Blue
to
skies.
contact us in other ways, you can go to our internet website at playeronepodcast.com. There you'll find our contact information, you'll find blog entries about Sega CD stuff from Mr. Greg Stewart. You'll find show notes and links to all the things that we talked about during this episode, and a link to our Discord server where you can discuss this episode with us and our other listeners.
Flying high, feeling good.
Love it.
Blue skies, man. If you would like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting playeronepodcast.com or by loading up your favorite podcast listening app. You can also find us on Spotify. You can like us on Facebook. You can watch video archives of our show on the youtubes.com/P1 podcast, or you can watch us live most weeks on the the YouTubes, the Facebooks, right? The Twitch televisions.
Yeah.
Just follow one of our many social media accounts to find out when we are doing our next live show. Typically, it is Sunday evenings at 5:30 Pacific time. So join us, won't you? And I'll tell you what, if you like what you've heard, and how could you, head over to patreon.com/P1 podcast. Throw a few shekels our way. There are so many nerdy pop culture Hallmark ornaments these days.
Yeah.
That I'm going to have to buy a second Christmas tree just to hold them all. So your money will go straight towards Nintendo themed ornaments and fresh pine trees. That's not true.
No.
That's not true.
It's not. No.
You know what? We actually, Dana and I, Mrs., we were talking about Christmas trees this year. And we have a lot of these fancy ornaments.
Yeah.
We may not even put these on our tree this year.
Oh.
We have a ton of stuff like that. Not those kinds of ornaments, but we found that, especially having 3 kids early on, I don't know if you guys experienced this, but you have a lot of like baby's first Christmas and
all
those. Well,
right.
Multiply that by 3.
Oh yeah.
And we have a ton of ornaments we don't put on our tree every year.
That's less the problem this year. What is the problem is we have 2 young cats.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. Yeah.
Who have not encountered a Christmas tree before.
Oh.
And we are strongly suspecting that at some point we're going to have a tree on the ground.
And you can anchor your tree.
Yeah. You could do that.
I don't trust any anchor that they sell to be rated against these cats.
Okay.
And even if the tree is anchored, there's still a strong possibility they're going to get up into the branches. They're going to be batting at stuff. And all of a sudden, your
adult collectible is ruined.
Is going to crash.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see that happen. So
yeah, I get it.
We'll see what happens. TBD. Your Patreon funds, of course, go to help support our show, keep us streaming and all that stuff. All those costs of running a podcast, you know how it goes. But I'll tell you what, friendos, if you are a Patreon supporter of the $5 tier,
cheap,
you gain access to a special weekly bonus episode. We record it right after this, where we play games, crack-wise, having fun, doing all that stuff we can't do on the regular show. CJ.
Yes?
Do we have a game for this week?
We do have a game this week. Yes,
finally.
We do.
What is it?
Well,
yeah,
it is a Jeopardy quiz.
Oh,
about Nintendo published RPGs from our good friend hacker alias Namava.
RPGs.
Yeah.
I hope you guys are. RPGs are not my strong suit.
We'll have to see. It's Nintendo published RPGs, so
that doesn't matter.
I don't know if that makes it any better.
Do you think I've played a Fire Emblem? Do you think I've played a Golden Sun? The answer is no.
The answer definitely is no.
The answer is no to all of that.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm proud of myself for just being able to name those two franchises.
Well,
once we start getting into the details,
we'll see.
We'll
see. Yeah.
Xenoblade
Chronicles.
Is that it?
That's the one.
Because there's Xenosaga and there's Xenoblade, Xenogears.
That's a PlayStation game.
But only one of those is Nintendo, right?
Yeah.
Xenophobe. I liked that game. Is that one of those?
No.
Nope.
Which one's the one that lets you play as the humanoid duck?
None.
Incorrect. It's Xenophobe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dr. Quack, if I remember correctly. Anyway, good luck to us on that. Tune in.
We're gonna need it.
Patreon friends.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Gonna need it.
Oh, Namiva in the chat says, it's my first quiz. Please be gentle. I hope you were gentle to us. That's...
Yeah.
And thank you, by the way, for your quiz. That was very kind of you to send that our way.
Yes.
Let's see how well we do.
Yeah.
Tell you what, if you have a couple bucks left over, why don't you go over to patreon.com/Greg Seward and help support Greg's outstanding, and it is outstanding, web series about North America's favorite runner-up, the best place to experience the board game classic Monopoly. I never said that. According to Greg,
not at all.
The finest.
Better than Zelda.
Didn't say that either.
Better than Zelda.
Game of the Year candidate.
Maybe.
Tune in a few weeks to find out, folks. The Sega Genesis.
Yeah. Thank you, Phil. And if you are a supporter of the $5 variety.
Oh, crap.
Hey, what's up, guys? I made it just in time.
It's not like you to miss your cue, I have to say.
Well, the highway was backed up.
Yeah.
I could see that.
The highway to hell?
The very same.
Yeah.
There was one of those new Beetles flipped over on the median. And I had to stop and rubberneck for a little while. Had a good laugh. It looked like people were hurt pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see how that pans out. Hopefully not well.
Wow. Oh.
What do you want? I'm the devil.
Gosh.
You get access to the Weekly Commute, which is the weekly vlog series that I do talking about all the different projects I'm working on, what their status is, just thoughts about stuff. This week I was talking a fair amount about a couple of Kickstarters that I backed. You might be able to guess what one of them is based on the beginning of this show. But yes, please consider supporting the show. Your money goes to important stuff like Adobe licenses and, well, mainly that.
I don't think I actually mentioned how cheap it was.
But I think we all knew that's what you were going to say.
It's also cheap.
There you go.
It's also cheap.
That's all I got.
Well, I think that's enough, Greg.
Oh, thanks.
I think it was great. I think that was spectacular.
Merci.
Is that it?
That's it.
CJ.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
Obviously. Come on. Gregory.
Yo.
Thank you as well.
Thank you, Philip.
Absolutely. And a big old thank you to you, our wonderful, wonderful listeners, every single darn one of you. As always, please take care of yourself, your loved ones, your family, your friends. Be kind to each other. Be kind to yourself above all, my dear friends. And we hope to see you the next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.